How are we all doing? Happy Halloween. If you celebrate Halloween. If you don't, eat some candy anyway, right? That's what your dentist would say, because that's job protection for him or her, right? We had a meeting last night. We had a special meeting, and it was special. Special meeting in Township of Thornton. These things invariably go to a train wreck, right? Just off the rails. We're gonna check a couple of the stories. There's only a couple of stories on this meeting out. It's like the mainstream media is just like, this is just par for the course for her. This isn't news. Her derailing her own meeting, which is a special meeting, and we've got Trustee Chris Gonzalez walks out. We're gonna get to all that. But, hey, I wanted to do a special shout out to Critical Smoker. I'm going to be covering a couple of his videos. And I see on the live stream mentioning, we got Dave's channel mentioning Critical Smoker, Reality Check TV, Chicago, I Am 9G, at Conscious. Those are all channels that I follow as well. But I'm using footage from Critical Smoker, using a couple of pieces of footage from Critical Smoker today. So make sure you reach out to those folks as well. Subscribe, give their channel a like, because we all got to support each other, because not everybody's covering this. Mainstream media, there was basically two stories. There was two stories that were out at the time of this, which is unusual. You got this one going on here, and then we've got this one going on here from the Chicago Tribune. But for the most part, I think people figured out this was a dud. There was going to be nothing really going on here. But there was more fireworks than I thought, than I expected. And today, folks, if my live stream goes down, we are hosed because my producer is at home. He is not feeling well. So my technical capabilities, they're okay, but they are not stellar. So let's run through what we've got going on first and foremost. So the main story is we're giving away $2.2 million. Trustee walks out ahead of Henyard's 100% homeowner tax refund proposal. So Tiffany Henyard basically says we're giving away $2.2 million, but there is zero information out there. She just basically said, boop, we're doing it. Now, why is this happening? Well, because the homeowners within the Township of Thornton have overpaid relative to their budget by about $2.2 million. Now, you might say that is just a ton of money, but it's going to work out to, I've seen as low as $20 per person, per constituent within the 17 villages, up to maybe $40. So this is not big money, right? This is maybe eating out, but no drinks, right? Right? I mean, in Seattle, it's not even eating out. But I'm guessing Chicago, Southland, you might get away with that, right? I mean, I think so. You get an okay meal for $40. You're not going to feed your kids, but you're going to eat, right? So we've got this $2.2 million, but Tiffany Henyard, she hasn't given any indication of what that's all about. What does that look like? How long does it go? Who gets it? How much? There's zero information on this. And so Chris Gonzalez, one of the trustees, Township of Thornton, he did a smart thing, in my opinion. He walked out. He stood his ground, and he basically said, I'm out. I'm not here. And that effectively eliminates the quorum and meeting over. So Chris Gonzalez let the meeting go to the point where they got the few bits and pieces of information that they needed to covered. They got some bills paid. They got insurance for the employees, some absolute basics. But for the rest of this crap, that Tiffany Henyard, says a lot of stuff, but never provides any proof, zero transparency. That just didn't happen. So the meeting after that was boop, it was done. But what Tiffany Henyard says, and we're going to look at Critical Smoker's footage. We're going to look at about half an hour of footage. So I'm giving you kind of the background here of what happened up to that point, where all of a sudden Chris Gonzalez walks out, and 90% of the people at the meeting walk out as well. And again, you had another thing where it was like, bye-bye, bye-bye. And then Tiffany Henyard is left just basically talking to a handful of her die-hard constituents. Thornton Township bills paid after month-long standoff between Supervisor Tiffany Henyard and trustees. Another big thing that happened is she got served by her landlord, and we're going to go into that. And Critical Smoker's got a great video on that. But I want to get down to, there was one point in here. Yeah, here we go. After Gonzalez's departure, after he gets up and walks out, here he is. He was just frustrated, and rightfully so. Tiffany Henyard is running this like the dictator of Dalton that she is, right? After Gonzalez's departure, Henyard railed against the trustee, saying her proposed property tax refund would have put $2.2 million directly in residents' pockets. Remember, that is their money. If you're a resident of Thornton, that's your own money. She's just giving it to you back. You have no idea how, why, who, what, anything. A later item on the agenda was to open new bank accounts for the township. As Henyard confirmed, the township was dropped by former bank BMO Harris due to its reputation. Was it a reputation issue? Or did they have some massive fluctuations that they're like, I don't know. You know, maybe the FBI subpoenaing their records as well. We're going to need to see all of your financials. You got that going on? Bank says, you know what? We got plenty of other paying customers. You might be a big commercial account, but you ain't worth the risk that we're taking affiliating ourselves with you here. So, boop, we're out. We're done. Right? That's what the bank did. And that's what a good bank would do, because why would they continue a relationship that doesn't exactly paint them in the best of light? They wouldn't. They just wouldn't do that. Another thing that happened prior to where we're going to start off in the video is Carmen Carlisle has a temporary restraining order on Keith Price, right? But he's at this meeting. He is at this meeting. And she wanted to call in and be able to do a call in and do her votes via call in, right? Which is totally acceptable. But Tiffany Henyard, she vetoes it and says, no, screw that. You got to come in. So there's a lot of politics going on here, just some absolutely wild stuff. And it's politics. It's straight up politics. You know, it's Tiffany Henyard wants one thing, and then the residents want another thing, and you're left with, okay, whatever. This makes no sense. And one of my thoughts is Tiffany Henyard is just kind of losing her mind. She's losing her mind because, you know, she hasn't paid rent. She's got process servers. She's got FBI probes. She's just got all kinds of stuff going on. And you can see the wheels coming off. They can't even hold a meeting. But let's check in here with the process server video. This is a good one. So I watched last night on Hannibal is Hungry. I watched his full live stream. It was great. There was some and that was a feed from Critical Smoker. So there was some of the funniest comments on on Hannibal is Hungry. I was literally laughing. If you get a chance, check out some of the actual meeting portion. It's just, it's stuff you can't make up. Hollywood can't make this up, right? Let's go ahead and watch. This is the process server, and this is a quick interview that Critical Smoker did. You can see right here, he's got that body cam, and I watched that body cam on AK Cole, it is, I think another YouTuber, and I watch that channel as well. But let's watch this one. Let's see what we got going on here, and make sure you give Critical Smoker a subscribe and a like. Let me, before I start playing it, get the audio going. Handy, right?
What are you doing out tonight?
Well, it's super server time, so I've got Tiffany Henyard and Kamal Leotis Woods. Court was his trial call order and eviction complaint, and in case they try to pull anything sneaky. I've also got the court order saying that, yes, I am assigned to process this, so if they want to jump in the way and try to stop me, it's a misdemeanor. If they lay a hand on me, it's a felony. If they want to play, let's play. I've got everything I need legally to take this and stick it to them.
So was that the eviction notice?
This is the eviction notice from Ms. Hall from the property on Harvard Avenue in Dalton.
So she's evicted, but she's not living in the property? That's why you can't serve her there?
Correct, yes. She hasn't been in the property for a while. they've changed the locks and they've also changed the garage door code. So the landlord cannot get in without calling a locksmith. Now the problem with that is if the landlord changes the locks right now before the whole eviction process is played out, she would have to give Tiffany keys to the place. So it's just really pointless and just pissing money away to do that right now. So I'm here to get the wheels of justice turning for Ms. Hull on this.
All right, man. Thank you for your time. And what was your name?
Kurt
So
Marcucci, aka Super Server, aka the Punisher, aka the Grim Reaper.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Not a problem.
You finally
That
found
is
it.
so great. That was some great footage, Critical Smoker. I see you on here. Thanks for being on here. So let's go through that. So Tiffany Henyard has not been. Kill the audio. Tiffany Henyard has not been evicted. She is just no longer in the residence. The eviction process would come after process papers have been served. It's gone through the process, the eviction process, and she gets booted by a sheriff, constable, whatever it is. I'm not sure how Cook County handles that. But that would need to take place. So she is voluntarily left. And in doing so, she did a super smart thing with changing the lock on the front door and changing the key to the garage. So this puts pressure on the landlord, because all of a sudden the landlord, they can't go through and rekey that, because then if Tiffany Henyard, even though she's on a month to month, right, her lease is up. It's been up since May of 2023, I believe, something like that. Don't quote me. So you've got some, a lot of folks want to say, why, how did she already get evicted? She hasn't been evicted. This process of serving papers is the first thing in that deal. And so she got served. And so now it'll go through the court system. What is really unique about that is that the landlord basically started this after 1 month of rent was due. How often does that happen? 1 month of rent due, right? Because initially it was $3,400. She owed $2,200 as the original rent amount. It got kicked up to $2,400. She refused to pay that. And then there's a bunch of late charges and stuff. And now she owes for September, October, and it'll be November here. So why isn't she paying the rent? I mean, just a terrible, terrible look. It's horrific. You're just left with why? I mean, you're supposed to be a mayor and you can't get your act together to pay your own rent. What is wrong with you? Well, we know what's wrong with her. So I'm going to start us off at about the hour mark, and we're going to go to about the hour 30 mark. There is some absolutely subtle but crazy things that goes on here. We are past the point where the meeting has any real impact, but you've got residents kind of asking, hey, what is going on here? What is the dealio? And let's go ahead and play it. So I'm going to kind of kick back and I'll be watching with you guys as we review this.
Yes, motion passed. Right, next is approval of supervisors 100% tax refund for all homeowners of Thornton
I'd like
Township.
to make a motion. I'd like to make a motion, having done all the necessary business, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Now, you know you're not.
I know that's super hard to hear, and I'm going to try not to interrupt here, but what Chris Gonzalez right here said is I would like to make a motion to end the meeting because the next item of business is the $2.2 million in rebate of tax money, and there's zero information that has been distributed to either the residents or the other township trustees. They got nothing. They are flying blind on this issue, and I don't think Tiffany Henyard has the ability to take tax dollars and herself just issue a refund. I only know West Coast law. I know Seattle. I know Washington State because my background is as a real estate appraiser and as a managing broker. I've got 95 brokers that sell real estate for me. So that's my background. But I don't believe a mayor can just issue a refund. And that's what she is asking the Township of Thornton to do. This has been done before. This has been done before as recently as 2020 or 2021. Another issue that came up, I know I'm babbling here, another issue that came up yesterday on, who was it? One of the channels was, Hannibal is Hungry, is why doesn't Tiffany Henyard own a home if she's making almost $400K a year? Super great question. She doesn't pay her bills, her credit is shot, and she overspends. She has a lavish lifestyle. Guaranteed she doesn't have any money in the bank. So no credit, no down payment, you're hosed, you're renting. That's my guess. Let's keep going.
And while we adjourn the meeting, is right now we're here to take care of the business. So residents, you see what's going on. There's no motion for an adjournment. We're here to handle the business, trustee. So.
You can see him packing up.
It was, okay, there's no second. So if you're following Robert Rules of Orders, which I advised you to adopt, you will understand how this goes. If it's a motion on the floor, hold on, let me explain so the rest of them understand. If there's a motion on the floor and you fail to get a second, then it fails. We're moving on. The residents are here today to keep about exactly what's going on as relates to township business. So we're here to handle the business, guys. We even got to handle something really important with our bank account. So all that's on the agenda. So adjourning for what? Why did you come to a meeting if you don't want to handle the business? Why? Like, stop playing these games. There's too many games.
He did handle the business. He handled the bare minimum for the township to keep operating. That's fair. The other stuff, hey, not enough transparency, not enough information to be able to make a decision to do a vote on. You know what I mean?
We here to handle the business, not let the business handle us. That's what we are elected to do, sir. So please.
A lot of people don't know this, but if you have a Zillow app on your phone, you could be using it to
Annoying.
make over $10,000 a month.
Let's continue. We're here to talk about something important. We're giving away $2.2 million to the residents of Thornton Township. We are giving you guys a tax refund.
Don't clap.
Something that you need, something that you all complain about as it relates to your property taxes. But those that don't
This is great.
Those that don't know, this is what we have going on. Is there a motion to approve the tax refund? Is there a second? Second. Call the roll. Trustee Gray Everett. Yes. He's still in the building. You can finish it with this roll call.
Trustee Gray Everett. Trustee Gonzalez. Trustee Carlisle. Supervisor Henyard.
Yes.
Motion failed.
All right, so here we go. One of the individuals walked out of the meeting, so of course you know that means we don't have any quorum. So today we cannot take any more action as it relates to the agenda items. I just want you to see for yourself the games that are being played here at Thornton Township. It's shameful that that individual wants to rerun for re-election, but will not sit in this seat and take care of the business of the people. So for those that want to stay, please stay. Those that want to leave, you can leave now. I will just talk as though it's a town hall meeting, and I'll go over everything that was on this agenda so you will know what you are missing out on. And this is what I was trying to tell those people, because when the news showcase things, like I said, fake news, they only show the negativity, but they don't show you what just happened. Yep, thank you, thank you, thank you. So when they leave, when everybody exits, I will continue my statement.
Look at that. Just a mass exodus. Everybody's, yep, I'm out. If there's no official business going on here, I am not sitting through another tiff tirade. Literally, look at this. I mean, these folks are she's just packing up and boom, gone. There were very few, I saw the Lansing Journal there and some, the YouTubers we talked about. But beyond that, WGN was there. I didn't see NBC. I haven't seen anything from NBC. They're clearly off covering some, Halloween coverage. Happy Halloween, by the way.
I'm gonna go home and watch the ball game.
That was a good game last night. World Series. Tight.
All right, so thank you for stand for those that really want to hear what is going on in Thornton Township. As you can see currently now, one of the board members exited because they did not want to hear what's going on in Thornton Township, but this is the games that is being played with your tax dollars. These are people that you elected to sit here, but they will not stay and take care of the business. So let me tell you the reason why they left. If you go to the next page, because it was right there. It was right there to take care of the business of the people, which is giving you $2.2 million in your money back to you. That was a refund. And of course, that's at my discretion, the supervisor's department, which is GA, General Assistance Department. So for those tax homeowners, make sure you still apply. Make sure you still sign up so you can receive this tax refund, because with or without them, we will still move forward as it relates to giving you your money back. I know a lot of y'all property taxes have went up, and we want to give our portion back from Thornton Township, which is 5 cents. So if you have a tax bill, you don't know how to read it, make sure you go down on the side of it. You'll see your village or your city, the portion they took out. You'll see what the township allocated for. You will see the schools, the library, the park board. Everybody takes a portion. So what we are saying here at Thornton Township is that we understand your hardship. We understand what is going on. So we want to make sure we alleviate some of that pain and give you back your tax money. And that's what that's all about. And we have it. We have over $4 million surplus in the GA fund. The news, I hope y'all get it and use this. We really have a surplus here at Thornton Township, and we wanted to give some of that love back to the people, which is in desperate need.
So that's one of the huge things that as a real estate guy, I'm like, okay, how do we have this massive surplus in Thornton? And then how do we have this massive deficit in Dalton? Okay, Dalton is a fraction of the size. It is 1 village versus 17 in the township of Thornton. But you know what I'm saying? One's got and they both got the same leader, Tiffany Henyard. So until we get that squared away, I think everybody is just on the what in the world is going on? Yeah. How can anyone believe she went to college? That is something that I think about all the time. So NBC, ABC, and CBS not there. Interesting. Yeah, they just weren't there. They must be out checking the stores for how much candy they got left. I don't know. That's crazy. Another thing, life in the MO, how is she still in office? How is she not in handcuffs yet? This is something that I think about all the time. I don't think she's going to jail. I don't think she will be prosecuted criminally. I think she will end up paying a fine. I think they will say she had some poor judgment. I think she will get off. That is just my opinion. We'll see, right? We'll see. I know a lot of people want to say, well, she's violated the RICO Act. You got to have some massive preponderance of evidence to make that go. I'm not sure it's there, just being honest.
Next thing we had on here, approval of all bonuses for Thornton Township employees. In the past.
Hey everyone, big heads up, Paleo Valley's running a sale
Pay
on all their meat sticks right now. You can
bills.
get 30 sticks for $36, which
In the past, Frank Zuccarelli gave out bonuses to all his staff, all his employees here in Thornton Township. We wanted to do the same. We even put it in the budget to allow for every employee to receive a bonus here in Thornton Township. So that was on here for votes. Next, the forensic audit. Everybody get the line about numbers and this and that, but the truth is, we approved for a forensic audit here at Thornton Township. Unfortunately, as you can see, Trustee Gonzalez did not want the forensic audit to happen. The forensic audit is for Trustee Carlyle and also Keith Freeman. It was for their credit card.
Carmen Carlyle. Got to get that right. That's funny. Before she called her, and this is kind of what Trump does, right? Calling Gavin Newscomb. It's just insulting somebody and calling their name. She called her Lion Carmen Carlyle. All right. She's taking shots.
That is on here for a vote to approve the company to do the forensic audit, which you guys need to know about. So that's on here. Next, the other thing that's on here that's really important is the IT department. So for him to walk out the way he did, shame on him. Remember that when election time comes, because you need to remember how he treated y'all, you treat him the same way. So on here, IT department has been struggling here in Thornton Township. due to the fact that they have not been paying bills. So by them not paying bills, it have been hurting a lot of department heads, which are here today. And they was gonna speak to you this evening about the things that they are lacking because their board members have not showed up to take care of the business, which is up for a vote every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks we meet, we talk about what we want to do, and we make sure we pay the bills, which is like everyday things, Adobe, Microsoft, stuff to have them operate their departments. That's what you don't know, or what you don't see. I know the last time I mentioned to you guys that they didn't even pay for an ice cream social for the senior department. They didn't even pay for kids to have hot meals when we pick their kids up from school and take them to our aftercare. These are the things that they're hurting, guys. These are our resources here at Thornton Township that we provide to the residents, which we encompass 17 cities. 17, guys, Black and brown communities that need the services here at Thornton Township. As I always stated, before I came, only 20% knew about Thornton Township, 20%. Now over 80% know that Thornton Township exists and now is benefiting from our services. And we're spending less but helping more. That's what they don't tell you. And I urge anybody to come to Township Talk, where we give you facts versus fiction. We give you documentation to back up what we say and what they don't say. Next on the agenda, something that was a crucial
Couple of things here. All right, Dave's channel. With all that money missing, you think the Department of Justice and the feds would be all over her. So that's the issue. I don't think the money is missing. The money has been spent. What has it been spent on is the big question, right? And so Tiffany Henyard is going to probably be able to weasel her way out because, well, the township needed this. We're going to use it for this. We're going to use it for that. Businesses can write off a tremendous amount of these purchases, whether the $44K on Amazon purchases, you know, what they spent that on. We'll have to see what that looks like. But is there a way that she can say, these were for the village of Dalton, these were for the township of Thornton? That's where it all becomes super questionable as to, you know, if she's really going to go down like this. And Sesame Street University, that's so funny. And the Jackal's Lair, I thought they voted on this already. We're talking about the 3 years versus the 10 years on the forensic audit of Township of Thornton. Yes, they did. And it's 3 years, but they needed to move forward with getting that thing going. And that was in the agenda after the refund of the $2.2 million. So it's just not happening. And so Tiffany Henyard has taken everything in the agenda and saying, hey, look, we could have had this done. We could have had this done, but look at Chris Gonzalez. He left, and this is why we aren't getting business done. We're not getting business done in Thornton and in Dalton because Tiff is holding it up because of her complete lack of transparency about what any of these decisions should be, you know, and the public is also walking out on her as well.
Attendance, like needed their attention so bad, was our bank account. Unfortunately, we have to start with another bank account because of all the negativity, all the things out in the news and the media. We have to go and put our money in a different account, which the board members know. They're back and forth on the email chain from the bank, and they know that we had to take care of this business today. But yet, they walk out and didn't handle the business. So now when things be upside down, news, don't put my name on that saying it's the supervisor, because it is not. I am here, willing and ready to handle the business of the people. Yet, my counterparts don't show up to meetings. My counterparts lie to y'all about safety concerns. As you can see, there's no safety concerns. And my counterparts walk out of board meetings, meaning the trustees. It's shameful. It's disgusting. Y'all elected them to do a job. Our job is to do our job. No matter who we like, who we get along with, we're supposed to show up and show out for the people because you elected us to do so. And when we don't do it, we can't cry wolf later and point fingers and say it's this person and that person. When you clear as they see.
All right, another excellent question. If you guys want me to answer these, great. If you want me to just roll with Tiff, let me know. But I'm more than happy to answer questions. I'm just giving you my opinion. I'm a real estate dude. I'm 55 years old. I don't know anything about what's going on here other than what I've followed as well as you, but I'm going to give you my best shot. So Lisa Lee asks, what about the shirt she had them pay for her fake foundation? At the time, her foundation was legit. She had done the paperwork for it, so she had that up and running, and there was a $10,000 startup from the Township of Thornton to go to her that basically funded her foundation. Yes, that is of concern, but will she be able to weasel out of that? There can be money. You can have money donated to foundations, whether or not the township had to authorize that. That is probably some of what the FBI is looking into. Will that warrant a criminal charge? No, I don't think so. But what will happen is she will be required. I'm guessing there's going to be a huge fine and she'll need to pay some money back. But then the state of Illinois shut down that foundation, right? And then she later went on media tour saying, that's not my foundation. Somebody else jacked my foundation. And we've got still video and video and video, live stream after live stream of her doing that walkathon the minute her foundation got up and running, using those tax dollars, paying for those t-shirts. So yeah, this stuff it's all in play. How does it end up? That's the question of the hour, right?
Who is keeping up the mess? I am so glad that the hecklers and all the hate groups been left because they don't care about what's really right for the people. They care about keeping up chaos, keeping up mess. And I'm not for it. I just want to do my job, and I love what I do. I repeat, I love what I do, which is public service. No one, and I repeat, no one can run circles around me when it comes to public service. You have to be willing to give your all to the people.
Okay, that was one person clapping. You got one person back there just. I mean, this is horrible. This is horrible. At some point here, Critical Smoker, you pan back off to the right and just show how empty this room is. So Tiffany Henyard is basically raging to almost an empty room. There's as many media people there, it appears, as there are constituents left supporting her. And she's literally got one person clapping. I mean, that is borderline wacky, right? Wacky. How about that for a term?
And that's what we do. I stand in the fire for them. I come here every day, unbothered, and I come here with confidence and ready to lead the people, which we've been doing. That's how you got a surplus since I took over. When I took over in 22, y'all had a deficit of $4.5 million. News, why y'all didn't report that? Y'all didn't never report that y'all had a deficit and I came and cleaned it up. But if I was a different background, y'all would have said, well, look what they did. They created a surplus. They did this. But because I am who I am and I stand on that, y'all want to sit here and drag the young sister because y'all can't control her, and that's not going to happen. And to my women out here in this world, man, please stop. Please join me. Please help. Please stop letting people just drag people, because at the end of the day,
have you been saying you're going to write a book for a while, now that the world's flipped upside down and things are feeling rather uncertain?
me today, you tomorrow. I don't care what it is you want to do in your life. It's the same type of poison that they're trying to administer here in government that they do in corporate America. And I talk to the news all the time, news anchors, people that want to sit here and move up the ladder. You can't, because it's the men's and the boys club. And I keep telling you, please put some respect on my name. Please understand what we're doing. Please be part of the movement.
Two people clapping now.
You're not part of the movement, you're part of
Dose.
the problem. All I want is growth for our communities. That's it. When I got in this seat, all I wanted to do is show the people that they are loved. Show the people it's a better way. And show y'all that the youth can lead. It should not always be that it's the same people in the seat all the time. Y'all never pass the baton so that other people can have the opportunity to lead, or you can teach them how to lead. But yet, when someone passes, everybody fights over the seat. And when they fight over the seat, you create this chaos. And that's why I call them chaos agents. Because you got all these chaos agents running around, but nobody's willing to get in the fight. Everybody got an opinion, right, of what someone's doing or what they could do better, but yet you won't take a stand and you won't run for the seat. If you want to make the change, be the change. Run for the seat. Stop talking about people. I've never seen so much hatred, so much mess amongst older people in my life. This is not high school, but this is how it's become. This is a high school type of situation where we got to look in the mirror, look at ourselves and say, man, why did I do that?
I think the FBI would disagree. This is not a high school situation. You've got some real issues. There are some real issues. Don't get me wrong. And that's why the FBI is involved. That's why Lori Lightfoot is involved. I mean, there's some stuff out there, and she is just absolutely playing to her constituents that support her no matter what, that support her just, she can do no wrong. But the other constituents, Chris Gonzalez and Carmen Carmile, I mean, they're like, what are we doing here? And legitimately so, right? Because there's some just crazy stuff going on. And, you know, Tiffany Henyard indicates the media doesn't cover. No, the media is covering everything. It's just you got a lot of stuff that's whacked out, you know, in there as well. So because there's such this disparity between Dalton and Thornton on how the finances go, how is this all accounted for? And that's the big question, right? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. We're waiting for the FBI to bring out their thing. And then in Thornton, we're going to do a forensic accounting. That's a deep dive into the books. We don't even really have books. We don't have a budget. You don't have a budget in Thornton because they can't get their act together to actually create one because Tiffany Henyard doesn't give them enough information. Plain and simple.
Why did I not try to sit here and be the olive branch or at least try to be the bridge between the two parties? People can do that. Y'all too busy cheering for people that think they serve people. I got lawyers. Stop playing with me. And this is what I keep telling y'all. But yeah, it's funny. It's for views. That's it. It ain't nothing else but that. But black people, please see what's going on. Wake up. Another thing. Why is it that we not talking about the president race going on right now? Right now, y'all got a very, very, very important race going on right now in our country, in our nation. But yet, it's not talked about. Y'all talking about this. This is so small. When I say small, compared to that. That's the president's election. That can hurt us or it can help us. But it's up to the people to get out and vote. I go to them polls, guys, right now, early voting, empty. And when I say empty, ain't nobody out there pushing people. But what y'all doing? But yeah, y'all keep saying we Democrat. Oh, we for Kamala. And so, we're not out there.
That is that point that she made right there. She went there early voting. She went there, and that is a point that national media is covering. That is one of those critical aspects. Let's call it what it is. It's the black vote, right? It's the black vote. The black vote is not showing up in early voting at all. So what does that mean? That's kind of the big, you know, you've got these swing states and you've got all of these things that people are looking at. But I found that comment by her very interesting because also on Megyn Kelly, she had on Charlie Kirk. If you don't know who those folks are, they're more conservative podcasters, but you know, they're pretty good size. And they both said the exact same thing. So I find that really interesting because, you know, it's information being collaborated from two wildly different sources, and it's important. And she's saying it's important as well. And it is, because it could impact the election one way or the other.
They're pushing her. What her size at?
Between oat milk and almond milk, which should I drink?
Ads.
Neither. This is a protein drink. You've got almond butter.
This is shameful, but these the things I see. And I know if I see it, I know y'all see it. So what I'm saying is, what agenda is they really pushing? But to push you towards this ain't nothing noise. I come from an area where you go to the table and you talk about opportunity, growth, progress. I don't come from an area where you sit at tables and be messy and talk about people. You never grow like that. You count your blessings. You be a blessing to others and not a lesson. That's what I'm taught. But yet we not teaching that amongst all of us. I want better for our community, guys. I really do. But I need you now because you see it with your own two eyes. I don't gotta sugarcoat it, make you see it because you just saw what just happened. We got a whole agenda before you. We haven't met over a month, and yet people walking out of meetings. 2 months, okay, my bad, 2 months. That's not cool. Anywhere else, it would have been shut down due to the fact that they couldn't pay their bills. But yeah, we're still here trying to operate and make sure the people get services when they come in. I just wanted to have that little moment with you guys because I'm just tired of people spinning a narrative as something negative when it's not, as it relates to me, Tiffany Henyard. But I just wanted to show you that I really care about my community despite all the naysayers or the controversy that's going on.
Then pay your rent. Right? Pay your rent. Hey, let's go back to a good question here. If he's Harvey's Hooligans, if he is township lawyer, we're talking about this guy right here, right? If he's township lawyer, how come he follows her? How is he also Dalton's lawyer? He is just Township of Thornton's lawyer, I believe. And then Village of Dalton has, what's his name? I want to say... I'll think of it, but you know who I'm talking about. And then Tiffany Henyard, he's a guy that does a lot of radio interviews. Not Bo Bradley. You guys will put it up there. But so this guy is different than the Village of Dalton's attorney. And then Tiffany Henyard has, maybe it is Bo Bradley, is her basically criminal defense attorney. Bert Odelson is the Village of Dalton's attorney. And then there's another attorney in there as well. So there's a handful of attorneys rolling around. And this is super interesting because why is there an attorney at a special meeting? Attorneys aren't present at these meetings. You don't see any other entity that has an attorney sitting in all of these meetings. So, you know, Township is concerned, Village of Dalton is concerned, Tiffany Henyard is concerned. And so you've got all these legal bills. And that's another thing why I think Tiffany Henyard, maybe she's not paying her rent because she's racking up some bills. This guy is paid by the township. Bert Odelson is kind of paid by the village. And her personal attorney, her defense attorney, even though she hasn't been criminally charged, who knows, right? And that guy just spits a bunch of nonsense. Let's keep going.
In the end, I will come out smelling like roses, and you will see it for what it is. I have my own evidence of things that people have done or is doing. And when I put it out, you'll be like, dang, I wish I would have gave a young lady a chance. Man, I wish I would have heard another side or a different perspective. You cannot just go off the one side. When you go to court, isn't everybody given the opportunity to give both of their sides? I think so. But why is it in this world and in this fake news world, you're only giving one-sided narrative? Why is that? Why they don't show no good we do in Thornton Township? I cannot do this alone. I have to have a team to help me. And in doing so, my team has been awesome. I just love senior services. I love transportation, IT. I love y'all because they make the township run. They make it move. Little do you know. While you see all this chaos here, behind the scenes, they are the one that's pushing everything to keep moving forward. And I love that about them. And you got to get a good team behind you. Without a good team, guys, nothing can be possible. You gotta have people that see your vision and want the growth throughout the township. So if there's anybody that want to talk to me this evening, that want to make amends, that want to sit here and start this new relationship, I'm all ears. I am open and willing to listen because it takes two to come to the table. I can want to go to the table when you don't, or vice versa. But we have to come to the table together and have an understanding of where we stand. And as you stay in your lane, I stay in my lane. That's it, that's all. And we will get along just fine. Because what I see is the Republican and the Democrats working together. When we went anywhere, guess what? It wasn't no color. It wasn't no barriers. It was all of people working together. That's it. And that's what I want to continue it to be. I want to stop the nonsense of, well, I don't like this person because you Democrat. I don't like this person because you Republican. Since when? We don't live like that. This this red and blue have to stop. Because at the end of the day, no matter who wins.
Go through a few of these. Bert Odelson, thank you, Fushi. Bert Odelson, yep, that's right. Why is your boyfriend still employed there at Township of Thornton in an anti-violence program for the kids, right? Yeah, good question. He makes $100,000. So she makes $287 between Dalton and Thornton, right? So they're at $387. They're making almost $400,000 a year and they're not paying rent. I mean, what's the deal there? So I think what happened is she just moved out of the house and she said, screw you, come and get me. And that's what's going on. But when you do that, your credit can be impacted because your landlord can report you to the credit agencies. And so I thought the mayor should have a good credit score and not be in debt. Lisa Lee, there is no requirement for that. And you'd be shocked at how bad a lot of politicians' credit is because they run their cities like their own life, which is they don't pay their bills, clearly. Why would Tiffany Henyard pay her own bills when she can't even get, regular business done? I think she has some serious mental issues, no joking. Jonathan Doe, 100% agreed. I think, you're starting to see some real cracks in what she's got going on. She can only, go down this road for so long and things are just going to, spiral out of control. So you're watching the train wreck unfold, right?
Red side Republican, blue side Democrat. Y'all have to work together. That's all that I see is unity amongst community. I don't see those two colors or those two government bodies. I see people. And that's what we all have to see is people. I get it. When you go vote, you got to pick a side. That's it. I understand it. Pick a side, but stay on that side. But at least still understand that whoever wins, you have to work with them. You got to be willing to do that. It can't be, well, my side won and this is just what we gonna do. No, what's your ideas? Let's come to the table and let's make whoever idea great. Let's make it awesome. But we not willing to do that as people, and that's what hurts my heart. Because like I said, I come from an area where all I know is love. I come from the area where everybody on the block eat. My grandma invited everybody in the house. If your parents at work, little day, little tay, everybody up in there eating beans and greens. But this time now, y'all don't even help your neighbors on the block. I come from an area where when your parents was at work, guess what? We went to the neighbor's house and we sat there waiting on our parents, or our neighbors helped us with our homework. That's how I grew up. So that's the only thing that I try to push out in our communities, the love. Penmanship gone, guys. Do you know when these kids come in here and they try to apply for a job, they don't know how to write in cursive? What? Since when we do that?
There we go.
We are forgetting that we are people. We have to fix it.
People are on their phones. They're zoned out.
It's going to be lost forever. And I'm telling you right now, today, let's fix it together. Unity. That's all I want to see. I'm tired of division. I'm tired of us black and brown pulling each other down, or for whatever somebody did in their past, or because you hang with this person, they with you, but now they don't like you because you with this person. Whatever your beef is ain't my beef. Let's be crystal clear. I judge people on what they do in my presence. Yeah, you need to check people's background. Be wrong. Yeah, you need to do that. But still, I still will give you the opportunity because I do believe in second chances. I created a second chance program because I think in field, and you guys should know, if they did their time for the crime, why y'all still judging them? They out. They did their time. So when they come into society, help them be better by helping them.
Hang in there. We're not going to go that much further, but there's some more spicy stuff. But you got to kind of get through this because it all kind of ties together. And then you see, you're starting to see the cracks coming, right?
Watch what turmeric does to your dog's body. Turmeric is amazing for alleviating joint discomfort.
I should be playing this on my other
dog.
channel, but that didn't happen.
Be better by not helping them. That ain't helping the people. Then you wonder why they still doing the same old tricks. We gotta give them the opportunity to walk through our door. We can't say when we're running, y'all know I ain't lying about this, all you want to be politicians. When we running, you go get little JoJo from off the block. You go get the Day from off the block. But yet when it's time for them to actually work a job, now y'all don't want little Day and little Tay from off the block. Y'all want to sit here and say, nah, you got a background. But the background is good enough to walk with you, talk with you, protect you, do all the other stuff though, right? Come on now, y'all hear me. I know I'm preaching to the choir, but this is what I see. And I'm not afraid to say it publicly. Other people will have to say, I can't do that. No, I'm elected official. Guess what? Everybody got things in their closet. Who cares? You're human. If you made mistakes, you went through life, guess what? It's called living. You live to see another day and you focus on what is. So what I'm saying, love on each other. That's why I lead with love and I say I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. That's why I try to always speak my truth and tell my narrative and not let you tell my narrative for me. I want unity. That's it. My whole thing for this entire time that I've been here was unity. But people were so blinded with hate, so blinded with they was with this group or this crowd that they did not know how to come together. So I'm telling you today, If you would like, I am here, I am open, I am willing to sit down with anyone, because at the end of the day, we are all people, and we are people loving our people. That ends my statement. That bank stuff we do have to take care of. Just want to point that out, but I have nothing else to talk about.
She's fighting her attorney.
The lawyer said, if y'all want to talk, I said, that ain't me. I was just talking because it's a town hall meeting I turned it into because he walked out. So we finished that last vote and he walked out, and if anybody wants to talk or say something, you can. Other than that, I am still here to talk to anybody.
Okay, so there's one woman that talks here. So is it true? I have heard the allegations that Tiffany Henyard didn't have enough credit to basically qualify to get the utilities in her name. That is not good, because the bar is very low for that. Guaranteed she owes utilities on something else, right? So these folks, Tiffany Henyard and her Kamal, whatever his name is, they just don't pay bills. The BMW, I am not sure on that one. And then also you got the couple of the SUVs, Tahoe Tiff. Those are supposed to go back to the leasing company. I don't know if that has actually happened or not. So little business has gone on and so few things have actually been answered.
They sign in. For us to come, you got to sign in.
Nobody there. Nobody there. Got Lansing Journal over here. They've got some good stuff.
Okay.
Okay, my question is, why is there only a forensic audit for just Freeman and Carlisle? Why isn't every department audit? Why is it just, because that's retaliation. That's retaliation because those two.
I know that was super difficult to hear. It's hard for me to hear with earphones. She is asking why two of the trustees are being specifically audited. She is saying that is it's political retaliation. That's my understanding of what she said. If somebody else understands it differently, go ahead and throw up a comment.
Every department, every individual who has a credit card, they all should be audited, not just those two people. It looks like clear retaliation with those two guys. That was mentioned at one of the meetings with, whatever the guy's name is, Smith, where he starts talking about boarding people's telephones and all that kind of stuff. That's retaliation. So audit everybody's credit card, because there's a lot of money floating around here. Too many credit cards. I see on one of these things where, I guess one of them to approve a credit card for the tech department. As I stated once before, there should be one department that handles all requisitions, purchases, all of that. There should be cards floated all over the place, because you cannot keep control when too many people have credit cards. It's obvious that money is being spent some places that it should be spent. I don't know how much, how less, but a central department that handles that to solve all that problem. Everybody can have a cash fund for things that they need. Maybe $3,000 per department, or maybe even $5,000. But it shouldn't just be, I got this big credit card and I can spend it for whatever I want to. That is not fiscal responsibility. And when you get money, again, audit everybody's credit card. See where the money's going.
All right, you done? All right, so stand up for this. This is why I tell everybody to please educate yourself. Don't I always say that? And everybody get attitude with me when I say that. Or I say, let me educate you. And I do that for a reason. Hold on. I know you don't have to. Ma'am, I didn't interrupt. Let me answer your questions. And I'm only answering this, and I'm going to be done with it because it's not a Q&A here at Thornton Township. We have Township Talk for this. Township Talk, I go back and forth as it relates to let you say something, then we answer the question. I have every single department head up here at Township Talk, whereas you can ask them questions and every department will respond because it's their department that spends whatever. So, number one, you said a credit card for everyone. We talked about this at the last meeting. Everyone, meaning department heads, have their own credit card. That way you know exactly what they were spending for that department, which was great. Everyone knew what was being spent, and then the board wanted to be funny and give a card strictly to one person. What I look like, I don't go shopping for nobody. That ain't what elites do. My job, I'm the overseer, just like I'm the overseer for everything, just like the President of the United States. He don't have a credit card, he don't go spending anything. So it don't work like that. I know you want it to work like that and y'all were, but it don't. When we came here in Thornton Township, that's how a lot of theft was happening, which I told the media about theft here in Thornton Township. When I got here, no one did or said anything about it. And guess what was happening? They had one credit card, one. So everybody had that one credit card and was spending money. I said this when I first got here. You can go check the meetings and you will see that I said the same thing I'm saying today. So we fixed it. We fixed it by having each person be responsible for their department and what they spend because they have their own card. You can't say, if you got a card, that person did. No, that person did because you gave it to all these people. So nobody knows who did. So we fixed that. So moving forward, when you say, we should make sure we audit everybody's department. I guess you went at the last meeting. Because at the last meeting, we voted to audit every department here in Thornton Township. Every single one of them. Now, one of them was not approved to be audited. Every one of them was approved to be audited. That's where you got your information wrong in. So that's a lie. Hold on, let me finish. Because all your facts you're saying, this is what I'm saying about residents. Come, ma'am. Y'all can't ask me something and then let me respond and then we'll go back and forth. This is why I don't do the back and forth at a meeting because you'll be here all day.
I wish my parents' generation would have had access to the
You can see her
gallery
response.
test.
I mean, it's just classic Tiffany Henyard. Doesn't like the question.
You sit and then people can go back and forth with you on whatever your question is. Here, we're here to take care of the business, which you didn't get taken care of, and go home. That's it. And then we hear your comment as relates to whatever your issue is. When you ask me something, I'm giving you a response. Other than that, I just let people say whatever their comment is. We put it in the record and we move on. But as it relates to everybody get audited. I've asked for every single department to be audited. I did. The news read it different. But I'm the one put it on the agenda. That every single department here in Thornton Township get audited. That's what I put on the agenda. Then I went further. I said, go back 10 years. 10 years. Nobody want to go back 10 years. I wonder why. Y'all didn't want to unbury those bones, but you want to go back just right now in this regime. No.
It's super expensive to do a forensic audit, and to go back 10 years would have cost the Township of Thornton probably hundreds of thousands of dollars that is unnecessarily being spent because there's no real question before Tiff's tenure as supervisor. There's no real question on the money, right? It's not a thing. So that's why Tiffany Henyard's like, go back really far and see if they dig something up. And everybody else is like, no, we just want 3 years going back to just prior to when Tiffany Henyard took over.
So we're going to be fair. Do every single department so that now you will know. I even dropped it from 10 to 5 years. Everything I said or suggested, the board said no to. You got to understand, Chris Gonzalez was the assessor of Thornton Township. What is he hiding? What is a lot of people hiding? That they didn't want to vote to go back the years that we were asking. Because I'm cool with everything being out, because I voted for it. I would not vote for it if I wasn't cool with it. I'm fine with it. So all I'm saying is all these mixed feelings, all these lies, all this misinformation that's out, please stop. And that's why I said if you want the tea, get it from me. If you want the truth, get it from me. But you get it from everybody that got something to say. I do this little assignment with my staff sometimes. How was all sitting at a table?
This is an ongoing issue, and Paul Roberts 100% agree. She says, go to Township Talk if you have questions. She refuses to answer them there, too. I mean, I'm sitting here in Seattle, and I see the exact same thing. Time after time after time, somebody asks a legit question, hey, why are we doing this? And she just basically stonewalls them. Or like somebody else said, Jonathan Doe says, all you can really do is filibuster. Just keep talking. just keep talking and maybe they'll go away, even though these are all my fans. Is Kamal Woods, is he driving a 760i? I mean, that right there kind of gives you an indication. Either somebody else is paying that bill, or if they're paying that bill on a lease, that's got to be, what is that? Is that $2,000 a month? Is that $1,600 a month? That's not a cheap lease, right? Absolutely nuts. Yeah, she is.
And I'll start at the end. I'll tell this person something on the end. And I'll say, now whisper it in everybody's ear and let it go around the circle. Do you know by the time it gets to the second, third person? Do you know whatever I said in the first person ear, it changed to something else that I didn't say? And then vice versa when it got to the fifth person, to the eighth person. Okay, well then you know better then. So what I'm saying is, all of this is going on, but no one is paying attention, because that's how it goes. People just say something, and then when it gets to this person, it's a different story. This person is a different story. And all I'm saying is, if you want something, go get it from the horse's mouth. That's how I was talking. I want to talk to listen to all these other people and their opinions. So that's where we are. But I'm gonna end it there. Thank you so much for coming out. I'll see you. I'll see you later.
Done.
That's it for me. I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, but I'm turning off the mic and we're not going to talk about this anymore. Tiffany does look thick. Is she preggo? All right. You know, I don't ever really want to, let's see here. Let's get this going. I don't want to judge people on their appearance. You know what I mean? That's just not my thing. But that is one of my thoughts was she's probably stress eating. I mean, she is probably stress eating, right? With all the stress she's got going on, I mean, it can't be a healthy time in her life, which is much as she's brought this on herself, granted, but still, you're going to have some issues like that, right? I mean, you got the FBI looking down, you know, what you got going on. That's not a good look. I personally think she is just a massive narcissist, and she loves all this attention. Because when she sits there and looks into the camera and starts talking, you know what she says? You know, she says all that stuff, you media, but she says it with a smile. Because that is attention. She is getting attention. Whether it's negative attention or not, she's getting attention. So I think there's a lot to that. You're dealing with somebody that she's got a few wires loose here. I mean, whether it's from an ethical standpoint or otherwise, you're not dealing with somebody who's got a full deck of cards that is, you know, playing the way everybody else is playing. All right. Anything else we got going over here? Stress eating, good call. I mean, that's my guess. I mean, if I were in her position and I had that going on, probably. If I had national media saying, hey, she's gotten booted from her house, what's the deal there? That is probably what's going on. Police department. Yeah, follow the money. What happened to the Spotify deal? I mean, there's so many questions out there. Yeah, Dave Channel, you're welcome. Everybody else, you guys are welcome. There's so many questions out there. We have so few answers. That's why we keep going. We keep covering this stuff. So give Critical Smoker a subscribe, like his stuff, the other folks in there as well. Nate the Lawyer is another great source. I follow a lot of his stuff if I need more of a technical answer than what I can come up with, because so much of this stuff is municipal law, and that just shoots right over my head. All right, I'm going to end this one. I hope you guys have a great Halloween. Safe trick-or-treating out there. I hope your kids, grandkids, whatever are safe. And I'll catch up with you in the next one. Thanks for being here. Bye for now.